Hey guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about if I was courageous enough and go out and get a margin account and shorting these stocks because, you know, they might be in a bubble phase. They're probably most likely in a bubble phase right now. But will the bubble continue or will the bubble pop? I think it will continue. I think it's just way too much of an exciting time right now. And if like I'm gonna be talking about shorting these stocks, if I was like hypothetically, but not really, because I'm not gonna go out there and grab a margin account. Before I begin, I want to talk about this. This is $9 million in chips, casino chips. So the story is, this is a really crazy story. I don't know if you guys will believe me. I don't even believe this story myself, but if it's true, like, holy shit. Okay, so my friend called me today. He told me that his uncle told him that his friend had a divorce. He took after the divorce was over, he had about $400,000. He then took that $400,000. He option traded AMD, Facebook, and I think Twitter and a bunch of other stocks. And he managed to flip $3 million or above $3 million. And he spent $2 million. He invested it into houses in Europe. And then he spent $1 million to go to the casino and played at these high-end tables. And he was betting. He put in $1 million just to gamble, and he went on the high-end blackjack table. He was betting $300,000 at a time, and he was playing 3 hands at a time, and he ended up leaving with $9 million in cash from the casino. And then my friend didn't really believe that story, but then his uncle sent him a picture of 9 coins that 9 like casino chips that are not like $1 million each, and there's 9 right here. Pretty crazy story. I don't know if like he basically gambled with option trading, made a buttload of money, and then he took that buttload of money, bought some houses, and then used $1 million to go gamble, and then he flipped that $1 million into $9 million. So that's a pretty insane story. I don't know if I really believe it. Like, I would not, like, even if I had like $10 million, I wouldn't go to the casino on the high-end tables and bet $1 million. I just would not do that. That's just not in me to do that. But this guy did it, and he was crazy, and he's just like probably super loaded. But maybe he'll do something stupid and gamble his money away. Who knows? We'll see. If my friend tells me any more of this story. That's just crazy. I had to share that. Okay, so if I was open a margin account, would I be shorting Canopy? No. I mean, if I was shorting Canopy, I'd probably short it. I'd probably take small gains. Like I would probably short it around $60, and probably if it dropped like $3, I'd just let it go. Like I would just short small chunks. I wouldn't do like huge shorts if I was to short anything. But I wouldn't even short Canopy. Tilray is another story. Tilray, yeah, I'd probably short Tilray. But I probably wouldn't get greedy because I can see Tilray. I've seen these in the stock market before when things makes absolutely no sense, and Tilray makes absolutely no sense right now. And there's a possibility that Tilray could go to $100. I mean, eventually it'll have a correction, but it's a possibility. From what I researched on Tilray, apparently they're like 50% of the owners are the people who were PayPal shareholders at one point, and these guys like have billions of dollars. So, and they own 50% of Tilray, so they are making butt tons of money right now because people are not paying attention and pumping the stock up. So I don't know, but if I was to short any stock, it'd probably be Tilray. But I'd also be careful, and if it goes up to, like, the higher it goes, the better the short it is, in my opinion. So yeah, I would, if you were a shorter, I keep an eye on Tilray. But yeah, Aurora, but there's also a problem with Tilray, right? Like, let's pull out a calculator. So Tilray has a $5.787 billion market cap. 000. So 5.787 billion. You divide that by 62.13. That gives you 93 million shares. When a company has that many shares, like 93 million is not, like, it's a lot of shares, but it's not that many shares, and it's really hard to borrow shares when there is very little shares. The interest rates on borrowing these shares are probably a lot higher than, let's say, you were to borrow Aurora shares and short them. So yeah, and I mean, you can make a lot of money if you can manage to find shares to short, but it's probably really difficult to find shares because this company doesn't have very many shares in the first place. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. At least this is according to my research. I've been watching videos and people have been talking about if the company has a very little amount of shares, it's tend to be harder to short the stock. Aurora has like 950 million shares, and the stock is diluted, so it's easier to borrow Aurora shares. But then again, the stock price is cheap, so people, I mean, like, I'm saying, like, the share price looks cheap, so there's going to be a lot more retail investors in Aurora Cannabis. At least that's just my belief, because the mentality of $9.07 looks very appealing, especially in the US dollar when it's trading at like $6 per share. It's very appealing to people when they see that price range. So there's probably going to be a lot of retail investors for Aurora Cannabis. This is what I believe. Canopy is probably the one company I would not short, because it really isn't a speculation stock. They have $5 billion and the market cap is like they have more than $5 billion. They have, like, once that deal comes out, they have almost close to $6 billion, and the market cap is only $10 billion. So yeah, I honestly believe that Canopy is still undervalued. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like $60 is fair. $60 is fair, but I mean, I can see Canopy going $100. Like, this is just me though. Like, not CGC. CGC would probably go to, I don't know, $80, while Canadian one would go to $100. So you can still double your money at this point, but it's risky. It's very, very risky to invest at this point. It was a lot cheaper when the stock was around like $30-ish. See if I can get, if it was like around here, it would have been a really great buy. This is when I knew there was opportunity. I put in a lot of money around this time. So but right now around $40 is a good buy. $46, you can still make money at this, but it's really risky and I don't recommend it. Would I recommend shorting this stock? No, because this stock can still rise higher. It's the least speculative stock out of like every company on the market right now, and this is the only company that's raising all the stock prices. Without the Constellation brand deal, these stock prices will probably still be in the red right now. So Constellation really helped out the entire market, and they'll be known in history forever for making one of the biggest investments in the cannabis industry and be the leader in the cannabis industry, especially if Canopy still takes its lead. Okay, I guess this is it for the short video. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about other stuff. So some guy mentioned to me today on Facebook, he was asking me to look in CV Science. CV Science, I was doing some research into it. It looks like an interesting company, but they're getting sued. Like, they are getting sued by a law firm, and they're getting a class action lawsuit, and it's supposed to close around October 23rd, 2018. So if you really invest in this company, better do your research. Call up these guys, ask them how much they're suing the company for. just make sure overall that you know what you're doing, because it's risky and dangerous. But I mean, there's lots of potential to make money, but it is definitely risky, dangerous. Something that I'm not willing to go out and invest because of the lawsuit. Apparently, the company lied on their finances, so and certain officers on behalf of shareholders who purchased the class action recovered damages against defenders for alleged violations of federal security laws under the Security Exchange Act of 1934. So they false or misleading statements. I don't like that. Failed to disclose is patient received non-final rejection of USPTO. I don't even know what that means. So yeah, I'll leave this open for a little bit. You guys can read it for yourself. So you don't have to click on the link and find it. But it's not good. I mean, is there potential to make money? Yeah, but there's also potential to make money on anything right now, because everything is like flying high. Now I want to mention this stock. I heard on Midas Letter, the guy was pretty much pumping his stock. He's saying, "Oh, I believe there's going to be a 10-bagger." I mean, it's possible. Like, I mean, if you look through like the entire year, it went up 50 cents. I mean, it could go back to 50 cents, that making it at least a 5-bagger. It can go back to $1, making it a 10-bagger. But I don't know. I do more research into this. I don't really understand this, but he was on Midas Letter and he sounded confident or whatever. So, but then again, it could just be a. Well, I mean, the stock is. If you look at the stock, it's already kind of hit its bottom. Like it I don't think it's gonna go any, like, if it goes lower, it'd probably go back to 6 cents, and then you could just buy more. I mean, this stock's always gonna be around unless there's some kind of fraud in the company. It's a market cap of $10 million, so it could easily be $100 million company. I'm not sure what the hell they do, but you can watch Midas Letter. Maybe you can learn something. I still don't really understand what he does. Maybe I have to rewatch it or do some research into this company. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll take the time and effort to research this company. Right now, the cannabis market is just like going like wildfire. It's just like Canopy is causing all these stocks to go up. Like freaking like Xuri or whatever, Xuri Cannabis. They climbed from their lows of 85 cents all the way to $1. So you would have made like a 50% profit if you bought around 85 cents. I sold out for Canopy, but whatever. That's a choice I made. I didn't want to play a risky stock. I wanted a safe stock, and I saw Canopy as a safe company. That's why I sold this out. I still don't trust this company's business fundamentals. And they are trying to become an independent licensed producer instead of doing streaming models, at least according to Midas Letter. But they are so behind on everyone else, and they don't really have a supply agreement. So I don't know. It's kind of risky. I honestly wouldn't pick up the stock anymore. The share amount is big, eh? It's 555 million shares, $643 million market cap, but it can still rise because things are rising and things don't make sense right now. Things are just rising because there's just so much hype in the cannabis market that is just causing everything to rise. Even hempco got a nice rise today, 21 cents. I sold out a little earlier on this, but I needed to take the loss, so whatever. I guess I really don't care. I'm pretty much good for life. I have Canopy. If I'm a long-term holder in Canopy, I'm pretty sure I'm set for life. I won't have to worry too much about money down the road. At least this is my opinion. We'll see what happens. yeah, I still have shares in this company. I still have a decent amount of shares in this company. Village Farms even had a nice push. Like everything's just like going up, and Village Farm doesn't even have like news, and it's pushing up. They don't even have a supply agreement, so like I don't know where they're selling the product. So I mean, the vegetable producers, so they'll always be generating revenue. They're just pushing up for no reason. American finally have a nice push near today, especially near the end. I was actually thinking about buying more into this company, but I didn't. Whatever. I'll find another company to buy. If this declines back down to $1.87, $1.88, or even $1.90, maybe I'll pick up some. But if it keeps continuing with the run, I'll just leave it alone. Like Kronos is like crazy. Like just like look at that big ramp. Like if you touch, like basically right now, if you could, like, I think if the hype is over, I don't think there's any other stock that's gonna really have a nice green number. But tomorrow is probably gonna be a red day, because the stock market always has to trade. So stock market has to go down. It can never keep going up. It always has to eventually decline. But the ultimate goal for a stock is to keep climbing over time. Instead, like, it declines and goes up, but over like the course of maybe a few months, it should be gradually going up, not down, if it's a good company. Unless it's in a bubble stage, then it could crack and fall back down. But yeah, I kind of wanted to cover Namaste. I forgot to put up Namaste here. So today on the Midas letter, the other one, the Money Guys, earlier in the morning, they had Sean on Namaste, and it was a very good video. I just watched it. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I'll leave a link in the description below. So if you guys make it to the end of this video, I'll leave the description below for the Midas letter money show, so you guys can see for yourself the video. But it was a very good video. It sounds like Sean thinks that once the sales license comes in, and because the market is acting very bullish right now, that once Namaste gets a sale license, the stock could fly high, and then they could get to that share price they need to get listed on the Nasdaq without reverse splitting the company. So this company has, like, I'm not saying to buy it to gamble on a sales license, but the sales license could pop the stock to maybe $3 or $4 and then get them listed on the Nasdaq. That would be amazing if that happened. I'm still a shareholder in this company, so I do hope that it does happen. And out of all the companies right now, all the cannabis companies right now, Namaste seems to be getting like the least amount of attention for share price anyway. So I could still see this company running to over $2. We'll see what happens, but right now the cannabis market is just in a bullish run. And I guess I'll just end it off of that with Namaste. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you dislike this video, please give me a thumbs down. Subscribe for future updates, and have a great day.